Hey gang, how are you guys doing? I'm gonna change the perspective here real quick so you can read my shirt. It is awesome to see you. I am coming to you live and this is totally not working. There we go. All right. So I'm coming to you live from Austin. It's super exciting to see you. I am Casey and I am here to help you with your triathlon swimming. All right. So I am super confident that you can swim faster, and I want you to be as confident about that as I am. A lot of people come to me wanting to swim faster, and there are hundreds and thousands of other people who are staying at home and either don't want to get faster or have given up believing that they can. The most interesting situation I've faced is when people who don't believe they can get faster will actually show up and ask for my help. And they are really hard to teach, because if you've already made up your mind that you can't swim faster, well, then you're kind of wasting your money, because it doesn't matter if I teach you the exact thing that's going to make you faster. You won't learn it because you've already decided that it's not even possible. And sometimes people will have one season that goes really well, but that attitude, that belief that you can't swim fast or faster than you have in the past, it can really get in there and be strong and be hard to uproot. And so the next season, after you kind of spent a whole winter reverting your thought patterns to back to whatever you had before, you realize, wow, I'm not swimming fast anymore, and that's just what it is, and that's what I have to believe. So I want to encourage you that you can swim faster, and I want you to be as confident about that as I am, all right? So attitude is one reason that's really going to help you make that possible, because as we read in a lot of places, if you believe something, your mind will find a way to make it a reality. If you believe that you are gonna, get a particular kind of job, you will go and talk to people and find out how to get that job. You'll find out the skills that you need. You'll find a way if you really want it badly enough and you believe that it can be true. So even if it's not true now, you feel like you've been stuck on a plateau for a super long time. Every time you go to a race of the same length, it's like always the same result, and you've tried all kinds of things. Even if that's been the case, if you believe that you can get faster, you will start to get pretty creative about finding other ways to get fast. And we've talked about a number of the ways that you can do that, and I'm going to go over a few of those again today, because there is always something that you can do. Even Michael Phelps is finding ways to drop a couple tenths of a second. And for those of us who are not superhuman and have not been practicing swimming for hours a day for 30 years like he has, there are other ways that we can use to get way faster than a tenth of a second faster. So there are definitely ways that you can get faster out there, and you just have to believe that that's true. So once you've got the belief, the attitude down, it comes down to finding techniques that are going to work for you. And if I were your coach, I would look very closely at where you've been. What are you doing now? What's your existing stroke technique? What are some things that you believe are helpful because you were told that or you thought you heard it, that are actually holding you back? What are some things that you thought you had changed that are not quite changed yet? And what are some things that you didn't even know that you didn't know? It's those unknown unknowns that can really throw you. But the things that you think you know, they're actually untrue. They can really mess you up too. So having someone to get another look at your technique can be really helpful in getting you more efficient. So efficiency would be the first thing that would make you faster. Another thing that can make you faster is just the way that you're conditioning yourself. So if you've been following the same kind of conditioning regime for a really long time and you're getting the same results, it might be time to look for something that's a little bit different. And if you go back a few weeks on my videos, you will see a set that I recommended early on, some 200s that can get you into into going with some interval training. Because I know a lot of you guys out there, you don't have a lot of time. You jump in the pool for about a half an hour and you just swim as far as you can and then get out. And when you're swimming for a half hour straight or for a really long time, what you do is you pick a pace that will allow you to finish that if you have a good enough conditioning to just be able to swim continuously. And it's great to have that endurance. That endurance is wonderful. It's going to get you pretty far from, those people that you might have been one of those who can go 25 yards and has to take a long break and then go again because they're so inefficient or trying to swim too fast. So you have found a pace that works for you for these long swims, and that's terrific. So what you need to work on now is your muscular endurance. That's the ability to go, not just go long, but to go fast while you're going long. And that requires interval training. And so I highly recommend that you look into how to train with some intervals, 100s, 200s, 300s, working on a pace that will work for your event. And if you're swimming something that's in the mile range, like an Olympic or a 70.3, you can actually train really hard, and you can race pretty hard too, because this is a short swim. Yes, it's a warm-up, but you can be out of the water in 30, 45 minutes, even less, depending on how fast you get. And so you can actually swim fairly hard if you've trained that way. For Ironman, you're going to want to dial it back a little bit more. You're going to be swimming for more than an hour. You do want that really to feel like a warm-up. But if you're super efficient and you're well-trained, you can swim faster than you think you can just because you've done all the work in the pool. And so then the last thing that's going to help you is, once you know what to do, you've got the right attitude, you've got the techniques down, you know what kinds of workouts to do, you know what your technique needs to look like, you just need to actually go and do those things. And a lot of people, they have an idea of what to do. They might even have a whole book of workouts that they know they can do, or they found Sarah McClarty's old blog with lots of master swim workouts. They have a coach even. But if you don't get to the pool and you don't do those things and do them with the intention in mind of how the workout was written, if it was meant to be easy, make it easy. If it was meant to be focused on strength, focus it on strength. If it was meant to be hard, you need to come to that workout prepared mentally, physically, to do that thing hard. So, you don't want to psych yourself out and get all worried, I'm not going to be able to swim this hard enough and it's going to be terrible. Or, you had a late night workout the morning before that swim and you're really tired, or you didn't sleep, or you planned it for after work and work was tiring. You've got to plan to make sure that session fits in a spot where you're physically ready. You're emotionally ready, you're psychologically ready for it. And then you're going to be able to pull that off. So you want to use what you know, do that consistently, show up, ready for your workouts, and then you've got to measure your improvements. So if you don't know what your pace is, how will you know if you're getting better? So if you're doing interval workouts and you're doing similar workouts every couple of weeks, you can look and you can see, okay, am I getting faster? And if the answer is yes, awesome. You should definitely celebrate that. That's important. If the answer is no, well, then it goes back to the attitude. You know you can get faster. If you don't see that you're getting faster, then you need to talk to someone who knows how to swim fast, who knows how to help other people swim fast, and get their perspective. What are you doing wrong? What could you change? What could you try a different way to get this to work better for you? So you're going to have to go and ask for help. This could be books, videos, it could be a live coach, it could be, a consultation with somebody. Just get somebody's ear, somebody who knows what they're doing, and get some more ideas and just start to experiment. In my former life, I used to be a scientist, so I'm always thinking about ways to experiment to find something that works. So even in the pool, when I'm doing an interval set, and I get a time and I think, well, I bet I could get half a second faster on the next one. Then I experiment. Okay, what if I had an even better hinge at the front? Let's try that. Oh, good, that worked. Great. Now, can I take off another second if I don't let my cadence start to slow down in the last 200 of this 300? What if I kept it a little bit higher? Yeah, it's going to be more work, but what would the payoff be? Take the interval on my watch. Yes, it's faster. Okay, great. Now I know 2 things that will help me swim faster. And you just keep working on those things. And so these are some tools that can really help you. So if you truly believe, like I do, that you can be faster, there are tools out there. Get your hands on them. Go and apply them. Experiment with them. Find the ones that really work. The ones that don't work, toss them. Not everything works for everybody, but I know that you can swim faster. So I encourage you to get out there, really work your technique, work your conditioning, get strong in your core, in your upper body, and in your mind, all right? And take that to the pool with you. I'm so glad you guys are watching. Have a great day. Have some great swims out there. Drop me a comment if you learned something useful, and I would love to hear what you're going to try this week that might be a little different to get you a little bit quicker, all right? Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.